I'm so excited. This is my very first time doing a YouTube live video, so I'm not really sure how it's going to go, but hopefully it will go well. Hopefully it will go smoothly, hoping that the internet stays strong the entire time. Heads up, I have a dog and a cat, so if you hear any like random barking or meowing in the background, that's what that is. Normally, obviously, when I make a recorded video, I cut out their noise, but can't do that live, so that's part of the excitement, though, of a live video. You never know what's going to happen. So anyways, thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'm super excited to do my very first ever YouTube live video. As promised, we're doing this live video because we reached 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is super, super exciting. I'm really happy about that. I know 20,000 subscribers isn't really a lot when you see, channels with 1 million or more subscribers than that. But for a Bellydance channel that's really like a niche topic, 20,000 subscribers is a lot, and I'm really, proud of that and happy for that. So thank you, everyone who subscribed and who keeps up with the content. I really, really appreciate that. So as a little treat for you all, we're doing a live belly dance lesson. So what that means is you can go ahead and type in any moves that you want me to show you, and I'll try to get to as many as I can. I'm not going to stay on here forever, but I'll try to get to, the first people that comment, I'll try to make sure to hit those moves first. And then if it goes well, we might do this, again in the future. So don't worry, it might not be the last time we do a live lesson, hopefully not. So feel free to go ahead and type in any moves that you want to learn. Also, please type in any questions you have while I'm explaining the movements, because this is your chance to get to talk to me live and while I'm talking to you. So if I'm demonstrating a movement and you're like, what the heck does that mean? I'm super confused. Then you can just type in there and say, what is your right foot doing for this movement? Or what is your hip doing for this movement? And I can go into sort of a deeper explanation with you right then and there. So hopefully that will be way helpful for you as well. So I have a couple announcements that I wanted to talk about real quickly while we wait for a few other people to join the live video. So a couple announcements. First thing, I'm going to be performing in a public show this coming weekend, July 13th and 14th. I'm performing in a show called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It is a Bellydance Harry Potter themed show. So if you like sci-fi, fantasy, Harry Potter stuff, you can go to that show. It's going to be in Asheville, North Carolina, hosted by Brown Coat Bellydance. So that show is public. Anyone can attend. Asheville, North Carolina, Fantastic Beasts, July 13th and 14th. Okay, second announcement is workshop. My next public workshop is going to also be in Asheville, North Carolina. It's going to be on August 18th in Asheville, North Carolina. So if you want to come study with me in person, live, please come join the workshop. There's going to be 2 workshops. My friend Sarah Sahara is teaching a workshop in the morning, and then I'm teaching in the afternoon, so you can study with both of us. So that should be a lot of fun, and Asheville is a super cool city, so I love visiting it. So if you want to check that out, those workshops will be August 18th, and I'll be posting links. I advertise it probably annoyingly an amount. So next announcement is Art of the Belly. Art of the Belly Dance Festival is in Maryland. It's going to be in Ocean City, Maryland. I'm going to be teaching a workshop at that festival as well. If you've ever been to Art of the Belly, it's a super fun festival. It's huge. They bring tons of instructors. They have tons of shows, live music, parties, workshop, vendors. It's a full belly dance convention, a full festival. So I'm going to be teaching a workshop there. So if you want to, again, another chance to study with me in person, you can go to Art of the Belly. That's in March. It's going to be in Ocean City, Maryland. Okay, and the very, very last announcement, and then we'll get dancing. I'm sorry. Very, very last announcement is I got a new costume. Okay, another new costume from a designer that I've never used before. So this new costume, I haven't opened it. You guys know I always wait for you to open it, and it's very hard, so I hope you appreciate that I wait for you. So we're going to do a live unboxing probably next week, because I can't really wait longer than a week to open this costume. So be on the lookout for that. All right, that's a lot of stuff coming up. But now you know all the things and you can pick to what you want to come to with all the things. Okay, let's jump into the actual dancing. Okay, so some people have left some comments on the announcement on the YouTube community tab. I posted on there for a few moves. So I'm going to start with theirs first, and then I'll jump into the movements that you all post on here. Okay, so but very first we have to start with posture. Posture is extremely important. You have to have good belly dance posture if you're going to protect your body and have good technique. Okay, so let's review posture really quickly here. Belly dance posture. We're going to have a slight bend in our knees. Okay, slight bend in our knees. We're going to engage our core. So the abs are getting slightly contracted. Then we're going to have our chest slightly lifted, our shoulders are back, and our head is up. So this is our belly dance posture. It should feel very strong to you in your thighs. You should feel very lifted, strong, powerful, ready to go. The slight bend in the knees is very important. If you don't have a bend in your knees, it's going to be really hard to move your hips. So you can see if I straighten my leg, my hips are kind of locked. It's very hard to move them. As opposed to when I have a slight bend in my knee, I can really isolate my hips to whatever movement I want. Okay, so that slight knee bend, crucial, very crucial. All right, first movement that was requested was belly rolls. So someone said that they can do a belly roll going upwards, but they can't do the belly roll going downwards. So we're gonna review belly roll. All right, and I'm gonna come up real close to you, okay? So here we have the belly. Your belly can be divided up into different sections here. So we have our upper abs, we have middle abs, and we have lower abs. And when you do a belly roll, what you want to do is engage them individually and then release them individually. So what you're going to do first is, while your belly is relaxed, you're going to contract and engage your upper abs only. Just these. See, these are not contracted. This is when everything's contracted. We're not doing that. We're just contracting the upper abs here. Next, while these are contracted, we're going to engage the middle abs. See that? Middle. Release, upper and middle. See the difference there? Then, while that's engaged, these top two, we're going to engage the lower abs. So now everything is tight, contracted, and pulled in. All right? Let's try that again. If it's not making sense, please type in a comment. I'm reading your comments as you type them. Again, we're going to contract our uppers, contract our middle, and then contract our lowers. So see how it's all pulled in? But my back is straight. My back is not slumped over. It's all the abs are doing all the work here. From the front, let's release. Take a breath. Here we go. Contract the upper, contract the middle, and contract the lower. All right? Now to make this a roll, you have to contract them and then release them. So you go contract, 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 release, release, release. And it has to go in that order for it to make the roll shape. So here we go. Let's release, release, release. Engaging, releasing. Engage, release. And this takes practice, okay? I've seen so many comments about, I can't do it or I can't get it. You know, it takes time. It's not gonna be like you watch this and then immediately you can do it. Belly dance is hard. It is a hard dance. It's a full dance form of its own, just like ballet, just like tap dance, just like salsa dance. Belly dance is also a real professional dance form, so it is hard. So please don't get discouraged if you don't get it immediately. None of us learn it immediately. Nobody does. It takes practice for all of us. I think it took me a month to learn how to do a full belly roll forward and backwards. How can you build the strength to do a belly roll? Great question. Building strength for a belly roll. One thing that I like to do is to lay on the ground. Okay. We can lay on the ground here. This helps our back be supported and our body be constrained so that we can't use our spine for the belly roll. This keeps us contracted here. What you can do while you're on the floor is you can push your stomach muscles up and then pull them all in. So you push and you pull. Push, pull. This is warming up all the abs in your stomach, okay? From there, once you feel like you're warmed up, try to contract just your upper abs only. Just the uppers. Don't worry about anything else right now. Just focus on the uppers. And you can put your hands on your stomach so that you can feel when your muscles have contracted correctly. If you're touching your stomach and you feel a tension build up where your hand is on your body, then you've done it. You've contracted it, okay? So put your hands on your stomach, put them on your upper abs here, and then try to contract and feel that pressure push against your fingers. If you feel that, you are engaging your abs, okay? So practice that a few times, then let go of your upper abs, and then practice that with your middle abs. Then do the same thing with your lower abs. All of that is going to strengthen and wake up your abs so that you really get a full control and a feel for them, okay? Once you've done the warm-ups that I just suggested, then you can practice rolling it all together. Okay? Yeah? Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, back to the belly roll. So we've gone from up to down with it, but now we can also reverse it. So just going from the bottom to the top. It's the exact same movements, you just put them in reverse order. So instead of going upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, we're gonna do lower, middle, upper. Okay? Let's try it. Here we go. So we're going to now contract the bottom abs first. Bottom first. Contract. See that? To the side view. Contracted. Then your middle. Then your upper. Okay? Release. Let's try it again. Contract your lower. Contract your middle. Contract your upper. Okay? Release. Again. Lower. Middle. Upper. Okay? So it's the same steps. You're doing the same steps. You've just reversed the order. That's all it is. That's all it is. Let's try to smooth it out now and make it into a reverse belly roll. Here we go. Contract, contract, contract. Release, release, release. Okay? Again. Contract the bottom. Contract the middle. Contract the uppers. Release the bottom. Release the middle. Release the uppers. Okay? All together, it should look similar to this. Okay? Once again, it just takes practice, really, really. If you keep up your practice, and you also take lessons with an in-person instructor as well, you will get it. You will learn it, okay? Whew. All right, that's the belly roll. That's a nice one to start with. Let's see what we have next here. I see someone said they practice belly rolls while driving. Same, I practice belly rolls while driving too. It's just be careful because sometimes I'll end up accidentally speeding when I'm doing my belly rolls, so watch out for that. Okay, someone had a question about doing shimmies on tippy toes. So that's doing shimmies on releve, so we can talk about that. But let's first review a shimmy, and then we'll go on to releve, okay? A shimmy, there are lots and lots of types of shimmies, okay? The most common and basic form of the shimmy is a knee-driven shimmy, which means that your knees are going to be the things that are powering the movement. So what you're going to do is bend your knees forwards and backwards to make the shimmy. Now notice my feet are flat. You should be able to do this movement flat and en releve. Why? Because your feet aren't driving this, your knees are driving this, okay? I've seen this comment a lot, saying that you're having trouble keeping your heel on the ground. That's because you're trying to use your heel and your feet to power this movement. Your feet aren't not powering this, your knees and your thighs are powering this, okay? So we're gonna go back to our belly dance posture. We're gonna slightly bend the right knee. We're gonna slightly straighten the right knee, but not all the way. See this? This is locked. This is a micro bend. Locked, micro bend. We're not locking it. Don't lock it. This is a different move. This is a totally different shimmy than this. See that? See how this is isolated to the hips? And this is the whole body bouncing? So we're not locking our knees back, okay? We're just bending them slightly to a straighter position. Okay, see this? That's what we're doing. That's all we're doing. Okay? Now, while you're doing this movement, really make sure that your abs are engaged and that your chest is isolated, okay? Because this movement should only be shown on your hips here, right? If this is not isolated, then this is coming along, everything's bouncing along for the movement, and that's not what we want. Ugh, no, this part of your body is not invited to the party, at least not right now, okay? Let me get closer to you here. So we're going to slightly straighten the right knee while the left one's being bent, and then switch. So switch, 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 switch. This is your shimmy. This is your basic knee-driven shimmy. And you can get faster with practice. Okay? Once you feel comfortable with that, then you can work on going up onto your toes while you do it as well, which is a great thing to learn because then you can start to walk with your shimmy as well. So let's try that too. Here we are. What you're going to do is put the weight towards the front of your feet. So your weight will be, the weight on your foot will be right here. This is where your weight will be. So you're going to shift your weight, bend your knees slightly, and then stand up onto your toes. Okay? You're keeping your posture for this whole thing, okay? From here, you're going to slightly start bending and switching your knees just like we did when we were flat-footed, okay? So we're bend, 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 bend. Making note, I am not straightening my legs. If I try to straighten my leg, I get all off balance, okay? So you really gotta watch out for that. We're going bend, 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 bend. Core is engaged. Chest is isolated. Chest is not invited to the shimmy party. Okay? Neither is your head or your arms. And you can speed it up. Now, once you feel good with this, you can also take steps. When do you take a step? Well, you take a step when your foot is free of the weight. What does that mean? That means that every time you're bending your knees and your hips, the weight is shifting. So every time that you feel your leg is free, that's the leg that can step forward. Okay, so let's practice that. While I'm up on releve here, right now I'm just standing still, my weight's on both legs, so I can't really make a step forward. But if I bend one leg, then this leg has the weight of my body, and this one's free to step. Then I switch my shimmy, and now this leg is free to step. Switch, step, switch, step, step, step. So it's all about shifting your weight. That's all it is. So make sure that you're learning your shimmy first, that you feel really comfortable with your shimmy. Then try going on to releve. And then when that feels good, then you can walk with it by shifting your weight. And that's the case with any movement that you're moving. I mean, any movement where you're traveling. Anytime you're traveling, it's all about the weight shift. Because you cannot make a step while your weight's on that foot, or it'll look like an awkward robot movement. So, okay, let's see what's next here. Okay, we have a question about figure eights, which is great. We can do that. Figure eights. Here we go. A figure eight, there's two types of figure eights you can do. There is a vertical figure eight, and there's also a horizontal figure eight, okay? I'm assuming that you're talking about the vertical one, because that's the one we most commonly see. So that's what we're going to work on today, the vertical. The vertical can go from up to down or down to up, okay? Let's break it down. Also, by the way, all of the movements that I've gone through today so far, all of them are in my How to Bellydance for Beginners lesson series. I have 5 lessons on my channel right now for How to Bellydance for Beginners, and all of these movements have been in one of them. So check that out as well for some extra review. Okay, this is a vertical hip figure eight. You can also do chest figure eights, vertical and horizontal as well. Okay, here we go. First thing we're gonna do is pull our right hip up and in. Okay, so it's a shimmy. The start of it is a shimmy, right? This is our shimmy. The figure eight is the start of a shimmy. So here we go. Pull up and in. Then we're going to push it out. Push it out. How do we do that? From our in position, when we push out, we use our obliques here, and we slide our hips over. Boom! So we pull, shimmy up, slide, push, and then shimmy, drop. That's it. Those are the 3 points of one side. We go up, out, dog. We go up, out, down, back to neutral. 3 points that are making the circle, okay? Same on the left side. We go up, push out, and down. Again, we pull up, out, down, back to neutral, okay? So it's 3 points we're making. So if I can show you, we're making these 3 points here that we're hitting with our hips that form a figure eight. You see how that makes a figure eight there in the camera? We're going to hit point, 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 and then smooth them out and connect them. Okay, that's what forms the shape. Let me get closer to you so you can see this. So here we go, let's try it. We're gonna pull up, we're gonna push out, and we're gonna drop down. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to pull up, push out, drop down. Repeat, up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, okay? To make it the beautiful, smooth figure eight that we see normally, you have to connect those points in a continuous motion. So right now we're going boom, 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 right? All we have to do now is add a smooth, continuous motion to it. So it's like this, instead of, okay? Let's try that. So here we're gonna in, out, down, in, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down, up, out, down. And this movement can also be reversed, just like the belly roll, but I would recommend making sure that you really have, you know, the regular version down packed first, and then you can try to reverse it. Well, I'll show you what that looks like, okay? So here's the up to down version. And if you reverse, it looks like this. Regular, reverse. Okay. Whew. Next move. Gotta look at your comments real cool. What are your legs doing when you belly roll? Your legs are not a part of the belly roll at all, so they can do whatever. You need to be in your belly dance posture. So that means a slight bend in your knees. But your legs are not a part of the belly roll at all. Not at all. Okay? Here we go. Okay. Okay, we have a comment that was a question on the community tab as well. So let's go ahead and jump to that one. It's a question about dancing to drum solos. So I saw this question a couple times, which was, how do you, basically, how do you know when to hit your body with the sounds of the music? That's not a specific move. That's musicality. Musicality is when you can recognize the rhythms and the melodies and the tones in the song, that your body can follow them precisely and in an accurate way. Okay, so musicality is a totally different topic than technique and movements, but I can go ahead and show you an example of how to start learning and practicing musicality. Musicality is a whole big can of worms, a whole separate topic, which I think should have its own video series, but we'll do a little teaser of musicality. Okay, so let me pause this music and put on a belly dance rhythm. So Middle Eastern music, like all music, has specific rhythms, specific tones, specific accents to it that are unique only to Middle Eastern music. And then within that, each different Middle Eastern country also has their own unique sounds as well. So Lebanese music sounds different from Egyptian music, which sounds different from Turkish music, which sounds different from Syrian music, if you see what I'm saying here. So each country has its own musical style as well. Across the board, there are some similar rhythms that they all share, okay? So let's start with one of the most basic rhythms that any belly dancer should know, which is the Saidi rhythm. Saidi rhythm goes, it sounds like this. Doom, tak, doom, doom, tak, okay? Let me play it for you so you can hear it. I hope you can hear that. Doom tak, doom doom tak, doom tak, doom doom tak. Okay? So when you hear this rhythm, and once you've studied the rhythms, you'll know how your body needs to follow the rhythms as well. This is how you choreograph for all the music, not just drum solos. For all songs, not just drum solos, you should be paying attention to the rhythms, okay? So when I hear Saidi, when I hear a low doom and a tek, my body needs to acknowledge that in an appropriate way. So typically, let me pause this for a second. So typically what you want to do is you'd want the low doom sounds to be followed with a downward motion movement. And the teks, which are higher pitched, to be associated with lifts or upward movements, okay? But that's typically what you want. You don't have to always do that, but that gives you the start of what musicality is. So let's do a little practice movement to this rhythm, Saidi, okay? Which is a 4/4 time rhythm. So with Saidi, we have a drop, sound, then a lift sound, then 2 drop sounds, then a lift sound again. So it goes doom ta, doom doom ta, doom ta, doom doom ta, doom ta, doom doom ta. So that's how we're going to practice it. We're going to go drop, lift, drop, drop, lift with our chest. Just drops and lifts with the chest. These are just vertical hip lift and drops with the chest. Okay, let's try it with the music. Belly dance posture, knees slightly bent. Drop, lift, drop, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, drop, lift. You can do the same thing with your hips as well. You can do this with any part of your body. I mean, it can be your shoulders, it can be your head, it can be your hips, it can be your belly, okay? So when you ask the question about how to move with a drum solo, the answer is just musicality. That's studying your rhythms, studying your different regions of the Middle East as well, studying the folkloric, dances of them as well, because that's where a lot of the movements that match the rhythms come from. So that's a whole different big, broad, important topic. So I have a video on my channel right now that is titled How to Dance to a Live Drum Solo. It's with Issam Hushan. He is one of the best Middle Eastern drummers in the world. So please go check out that interview with him. He gives a lot of these tips about how to dance to a drum solo, how to follow it, how to recognize rhythms. So check out that video. That's going to give you some more information on this topic. Okay? Good questions, by the way, guys. These are some good questions. So let me go ahead and check the chat again so I can see what other moves you want. Because we have we're at 33 minutes. I didn't want this to be longer than 30 minutes, but we'll do one more. We'll do another move. So let's see. Let's see here. Someone gave a song request. The reason why I'm not doing certain songs is because YouTube will flag my video and copyright strike it, and then I can't make any money off of the video. So I can't use any song on this. I have to use non-copyrighted music for this, unfortunately. So I'm sorry I can't play your song that you want right now. Apologies. Okay, so it looks like we have time for one more movement. I think what we should do, I get a lot of questions about this movement, and that's the head slide, a horizontal head slide. I've seen lots of questions like, I can't do it, I can't move my head that way. Yes, you can. It just takes practice, okay? Really, guys. Don't expect to watch a video once and then be a professional. Don't even expect to be a professional after 2 years. It takes usually 5 to 10 years to become a professional in any field. So, you can't watch a week of videos and be a pro, but you can definitely watch a video and get starting and become a beginner, which is great. Everyone has to be a beginner first before they become a professional. So please don't get discouraged, guys. Really, I've been doing this for 11 years. Many dancers have been doing it for like twice that long. There's some dancers in Egypt who've been doing it, their whole life, 40 years. So the learning never stops, okay? The growing never stops. So that's important to keep in mind when you're learning anything. You know, it's about the journey. It's not about getting to an end destination, okay? Keep that in mind. I still go to workshops and learn from other dancers. I still take private lessons every once in a while, and I still get feedback from my peers, you know, on pieces that I'm working on or project ideas. So it never stops, which is great. It's a good thing. It's an exciting, fun, wonderful thing. Okay, let's talk about the horizontal head slide and then we'll be done. All right, so thanks for sticking with me this long, by the way. I think it's great. Okay, horizontal head slide. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use the muscles on the side of your necks. Hopefully you don't have more than one neck, but if you do, okay, cool. You can do twice the head slides. The muscles on the side of your neck here, you can feel them with your fingers. And these side muscles you can use to push your head side to side, okay? So if I want to push my head this way, I use these muscles to push it, to physically push my neck over horizontally. Now notice that my chin is staying parallel to the floor. I'm not doing this, I'm doing this. So your head is doing this motion, not this motion, okay? That is the difference between a proper and an improper head slide. Now when you practice this, make sure you don't practice for too long because you may, you know, strain your neck if you do this too often. So short practice sessions for anything with the neck, okay? Neck's important, you need it, so be good to it, okay? So we're gonna use these muscles, we're gonna push to the left. Then we're gonna use these muscles, and we're gonna push this way. So we go boom, 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 boom. And you should feel like the pull, like I'll show you here a side view. When I go like this, you can see how my muscle contracted here as opposed to a release. Push and a release, okay? So really use your hands and feel your body. I know that sounds inappropriate, feel your body, but you know, it's not. Like, get to know your body, get to love your body. Once you know your body, then you can really figure out how to make it do what you want it to do and also be aware of your own personal health. So it's super important to really get to know yourself, feel yourself, touch yourself, watch yourself in the mirror, you know, really pay attention to you and your self-care. All right, okay, so that's gonna do it. We're at 38 minutes here, so we're 8 minutes longer than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and put a comment. If you want me to do another one of these live belly dance lessons, then please just let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so you can be notified when I post new videos. I post new videos every week I try to post a new video every week. So the topics are how to belly dance, you know, belly dance interviews, behind the scenes information, and also belly dance performances. So anyways, thanks so much for subscribing. Thanks for 20,000 subscribers. We did it in like a little over a year and a half, 20,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Thanks for your support. I hope that you learned from this video and have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.